guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. I am, of course, your host, Vince, and today we got producer Virgil.
Good morning.
And we got a special guest with us. Producer Virgil's one of his oldest and dearest friends, Matt, a.k.a. Chiseled Gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Good to you guys. I wasn't expecting that introduction.
Oh, yes.
Everyone has a name.
Everyone has a name. You know, Sergio Stringfellow, top down, all the wishes, Green Corn Sanchez couldn't be with us today, and neither could the village idiot, Citizen One Pancake Johnny Lowe.
Citizen One Pancake. Wow.
Fellas, how you doing? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
Good morning.
All right, let's start off with an oldie but a goodie. What sucked this week? Producer Virgil?
Oh, okay. Not so much things that sucked as far as like work and everyday life routine goes, but I just think sometimes when you look on like comments on certain things like movies or comic books or something like that, just the trolling comments are just so mean. It's like there's no reason for them to be that mean, which we'll probably go into later about something that I felt was actually more verified. If you have a comment about something and you actually go through all of kind of the steps to actually get to your comment, then that's totally cool. Okay, but if you never the thing that you're commenting on, you never saw it or you never read it or whatever, then go to hell. Okay, but just some of the things that people say are so unwarranted, and I think those people suck hard. So anyway,
all right, Matt, you got anything for us?
No, I largely agree. I don't read those comments because they're pointless and negative, and people, especially in the internet age, they have an outlet to hate and they want to hate. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably not as familiar with them as you, but I get the gist. I generally agree with everything you just said.
Okay.
All right, so what sucked for me this week was last night. I was with my brother and sister-in-law. We were over at a friend's house, and we were watching the UFC, which was great. It was a great fight last night. And
okay, sorry folks. So basically, what happened was we were talking, and then all of a sudden we noticed the computer wasn't recording. So just kind of a quick synopsis. So we went through what looks like this week. I know.
Let's just say review.
Review. Sorry. We're gonna all fancy in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
did it with one pinky up if you didn't notice, people.
So we had Vince's had a leg cramp, and then we started talking about Paramorphicon and then Suicide Squad.
So we didn't touch on Paramorphicon.
We didn't okay, yeah. Yeah, we did talk.
Just you doing your.
a lot of people pretend to know these things just to sound big. Even then, only really hardcore fans know what they are. I mean, whether it's Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, those were the oddball choices. I'm glad that they did that. I mean, in all honesty, I knew a little bit about Star-Lord in Marvel, and I knew a little bit about Rocket Raccoon and Groot, but I'm not one of those. I'm an honest comic nerd. I mean, if I don't know something, I'll tell you. I don't know that much about it, because what's the point? If you want to learn about something, great. I mean, if you want to try to catch up, you got Wikipedia. I mean, it may not be the most reliable, but I'm not going to try to be all snobby about it. Like, oh, you don't know about this, or you don't know about that.
You're talking about comic book guy.
Yeah.
Type of personality.
Yeah, comic book guy. But then, I'm just going to go to I'm expecting a lot of freaking Harley Quinn people for all chicks dressed up as Harley Quinn for Halloween, and a lot of guys dressed up as the Joker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and to that point too, is that they went the route of the Joker totally is in love with Harley Quinn, and which is really not how it is originally. Mm-hmm. Although if they're going to go that route, but
and that's my only kind of beef with the movie, is that I don't like that. I don't appreciate that, because it's really Harley Quinn herself called it an abusive relationship, and then even then, like, I'm just like, things would be so much better if we just like standardized. Yeah, so I feel like Joker just uses people and tools and things to fit his means, and Harley Quinn's just another tool. By all means, I mean, he never really shows affection towards her unless it's to manipulate her into doing what he wants. I mean, she shows him all the affection in the world, and he just kind of shrugs it off. Like in any of the cartoons or comics I've read and other medias, he's never fucking hugged her, kissed her, done anything. I mean, he's patted her on the head and punched her in the face and threw her out a window.
Yeah.
But he's, and if he has, it's just to, kind of do this for me. Come on.
Exactly.
And for them just to kind of go the other way with that, I'm like, no, that's not how it is. That's not right. They shouldn't be depicting this because people are already getting this relationship wrong to begin with. A lot of people are, and that's just fueling the ignorant fire of the actual relationship.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I think clearly after that movie, it's not, it's what you're going to see on screen is not the relationship that they have in the comics. It's they've already set the pattern. It's going to be more of a empowering Harley Quinn. They're going to empower her character more, make her more of a hero, probably, even if they call her an anti-hero. And I don't think we're going to get what you just described perfectly. I don't think we're going to get that in the movies. It's going to be a different relationship.
Yeah, then that ain't the Joker. And that's I'm actually I enjoyed Jared Leto's Joker. I mean, was he the best? No. But did he have freaking more as much screen time as Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill or anybody?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I think he did the best with what they gave him and with what he had. I actually like a lot of the choices, like with him having the broken teeth and having the tattoos to cover the mouths and all that.
That's cool.
I thought that was a great idea because he's had his teeth busted out and all that stuff. Like, if you lose a tooth, that tooth is gone. It ain't coming back. It's been replaced.
It is in the comics.
Yeah. And fun fact, the person that actually busted out Joker's teeth was Barbara Gordon.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Or I forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah, she busted out his teeth. As Oracle.
As Oracle?
As Oracle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it was one of those things, I forget where it was. She was like he was stalking Barbara Gordon, and he was like, "Oh, are you mad at me for I took your legs?" And she just like busts out the freaking sticks, and she's like, "You took nothing from him," and fucking hit him right in the mush.
That's awesome. I didn't know that was a problem.
This is the little bullshit I know in life. So, but no, I loved Suicide Squad. I was like, how could they get it like so freaking wrong? Also, but I was like, I don't care about critics. I've always chose to make up my own mind on things. I mean, I think that's part of what being an adult is making up your own mind on situations. Yes, critics can help you, like, okay, maybe I'll check it out in the theater and not wait till home video. But if I'm going to see something, I'm going to see something. And speaking of seeing something, so now we're going to change gears. Okay. We're going to give you that second barrel from producer Virgil.
All right. So previously I had talked about how the critics would just trash DC movies and give the thumbs up to Marvel movies. I mean, the Marvel movies are good, and I'm not a pro DC or pro Marvel. I like them both. Anyway, so, and I want to preface this with that we talk about saying commentary on movies, but if you're one of those people who do not watch the movie but still trash it, okay, I was saying go to hell and eat crap and die. Not in that order, but anyway, so a lot of talk of Ghostbusters. We had talked about Ghostbusters before, and being an original Ghostbusters fan, we talked about Ghost Heads, the documentary about all, this worldwide, how Ghostbusters means a lot to people. And
People, not just men.
yeah, people.
People, shapes, sizes, colors,
Yeah,
genders,
yeah.
genders that were other genders from those genders.
So, what I'm saying is, when this new movie came out, a lot of people were skeptical because, like, at first I was like, oh, it's going to be a sequel. Because the first trailer said 30 years before or something like that.
You're expecting the
3
passing of the
scientists-
torch movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And it said 4 scientists. And Winston was never a scientist.
Yes. So, and then it was later revealed as a reboot. I was like, okay, all right, still open, whatever. And so I'm gonna just say off the bat, it should have been a sequel. Should have been a sequel, not a reboot.
And it should have been a passing of the torch.
Yes, and so, and also reading all the other things about like how what's her name, Leslie Jones? Just the hate that she was receiving for it, I thought was totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to make it clear that none of that was even valid to even say, because I thought she did a great job. She did a good job. And then and the fact that the women makes no difference. Absolutely makes no difference at all about how you know, we want to empower women, whatever. They want to be the originators of being Ghostbusters. Fine, okay. So I watched this movie before, because it looks like it's going to be out of theaters pretty soon, probably after this weekend.
Probably.
So I watched it with Angel, and you know, she enjoyed it. I can tell a lot of people in the theater enjoyed it. I, for one, was okay with the action, okay with the special effects, okay with maybe the nods of the cameos made. Saying that, I thought I hated this movie. I hated it because it wasted more time on trying to get in gimmicks and jokes that had nothing to do with the story, and it was like there was never a conversation. It was always a conversation of trying to get my jokes in. It made me so angry, because if you take this movie and assume that it's the only Ghostbusters movie, and you try to build a franchise or merchandise or something, it's very weak. It was poorly done, and it did not represent anything that I myself, growing up as a Ghostbusters person, watched the cartoons, who watched, even the video game, which I believe is Ghostbusters 3. the Ghostbusters that's made by Atari, whatever.
Oh, right,
That
yeah.
is Ghostbusters 3 to me. And just seeing how much of the impact around the world, this was not representative of any of that love at all. I mean, I like the little gadgets they had, the little punching thing. They had this little, and that was cool. But
why do you need to punch a ghost?
I don't know if you're in close quarters or whatever. But so, in my argument with just the whole character of what is her name? It was
Holtzman?
no. Was that the inventor? Or like
Yeah.
she's the engineer?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they could have just left her out of the movie. She was not okay. She didn't.
The blonde chick, right?
Huh?
The blonde chick?
Yeah. She didn't need to be in the movie other than the fact to build the stuff. All of her dialogue meant nothing. It was non sequitur, had nothing to add. Because she made all these little stupid little like I was like, why? How does that add anything to the movie? And how does that even show, oh, she's a badass or what? Then back it up with real dialogue. You know what I mean? Not just as this stupid little quips. I mean, I'm really telling you right now because I don't want to get into a fury. But man, when Angel was asking me, so what'd you think of the movie? I'm like, let's wait until we get in the car. Let's wait till we get in the car.
So you'd be into a kung fury?
Oh, yes.
That's
Good
a
one.
master.
There you go.
funny because producer Virgil's Asian
Yes, yes.
and he knows kung fu.
And I drive. Yeah,
That's true. Wow.
Emin and Fury.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways,
It all the stars align.
But I diffused your anger.
there you go.
Oh,
there you
good
go.
point. Good
Anyway,
job, man.
so in any case, I watched the movie. I'm very disappointed at how the potential of this could be a start of the franchise again. And I saw some kids who came out in the Ghostbusters outfits, the new ones, which was cool. Because as a kid, the whole point of being able to fight the ghosts that you were scared of and catch them and learn more about them and stuff like that was cool. Oh, by the way, so we were walking through Toys R Us last week, and so Vince had made this off comment about the Ecto-1 that he saw because it had Slimer in the driver's seat.
No, what?
So they used Slimer, and then they added a female Slimer,
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did.
and they stole the Ecto-1, and then they made it some like stupid ass party wagon at the end of the movie going whatever. And it's like, ha ha, comedy relief, ha. This whole damn thing was comedy relief. But no, and they had no other references to other types of ghosts. They didn't say. All they could say was class 3 apparition or full torso apparition or class 4 vapor, whatever. All they were doing was regurgitating little small things they heard from the original movie. They didn't do. It really didn't sound like they did their research. They didn't mention anything about Tobin's Spear Guide.
They did not.
They didn't explain what PKE stands for.
They did not.
I mean, I did like the PKE meter. It was kind of cool, but it looked like a little toy you give your baby.
It exactly looked like a toy.
And there was no mythos. There was nothing there to grasp onto, and I'm like, my hands are clawed right now. Like if you, I mean, it just made me so angry.
I just like that you look back to make sure that this is
Yeah,
recording.
yeah.
Your manifesto.
Yeah. So, Sony, you have failed many times at creating movies. Stop making movies. Stop it. Stick to your video games. Stick to your TVs. But stop making movies. You cannot make a story worth crap.
Well, then you're not going to get a Spider-Man, dude.
You know what? Let it die. Let Marvel take it over. Let the people who actually make the damn comic book what it is. Don't cater to your sponsors because this Ghostbusters movie was wrought with sponsors. A lot of Chinese beer and
Which is funny because it's not even going to be shown in China.
Well, I think they'll probably like shit on it anyway. But it's just oh my god. I was like, and I didn't laugh once. I did this on my chair, and Angel kept looking like, "Oh, how come you're not enjoying yourself?" And it's like,
So did Angel like it?
she liked it because it was light. It was a light movie. Now, and I can use an analogy that she would understand. She loves Jim, but the abomination they put out was it this year or last year, whatever?
Who knows? Who cares?
Oh yeah. But she grew up with that. There was a lot of really cool morals and stuff like that. None of that was in this new movie because all it was is like me. Look at me on YouTube. Me. It. That's not what that's about.
And I heard it had nothing to do with holograms.
No.
Or what was the evil group called?
The Misfits.
The Misfits. They weren't even in it, right?
Yeah, they weren't even in it at all.
That's crazy.
Where's Johnny Lowe when you need him?
I know, but Johnny Lowe, by the way,
Is a gem expert.
yeah,
really?
he's because he's watching with his girlfriend, and he actually.
his fiance is actually making him watch it.
He did a really good synopsis of one of the episodes, and just like
It was like 10 minutes.
You
long.
could
It was
only get
great.
away with that stuff in the 80s.
It was great.
Yeah.
I think that's episode 6.
That was probably, I think, one of our shining episodes.
Yeah.
In any case, yes. So
Before you get onto this, I want to make one quick proclamation.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Lowe, you are no longer Citizen One Pancake. For reminding me of that. You're back to Mr. One Pancake. Congratulations.
Wow. Promotion.
not even a citizen.
promotion.
Oh, it was a promotion.
Yeah, it's a promotion.
Oh,
He's back to Mr.
okay.
He's back to being a fancy man. He's a Mr. again.
Gotcha. A mistress.
Give him a few years of marriage.
But didn't you call him a moodle?
Yes, he is a moodle. He's a man poodle. You know, he was mine and Sergio's puppy when we first moved into our apartment. You know, we had to raise him and make him and feed him and help him become a big boy. He was our puppy. He was our moodle. He was our man poodle.
Wow. He didn't make On the Couch of Healing, did he?
I don't want to think about it.
On the Couch of Healing, we'll call it that. That's great. Yes. So I feel bad that my initial vitriol for this movie was not recorded, although is probably going to be sunk in the memories of Angel in the car, hearing my wrath. And I told our friend Mark that I hated it, and wait for it to be on DVD or until it shows up in the trash, and then you can watch it if you want. But anyway,
So it shows up in the trash.
yeah.
All right.
Sony, stop ruining our stuff. I mean, stop ruining movies. Just get out of the game. You just throw your money into a pot with the better film companies, because I can't think of a good Sony movie. I mean, Godzilla was Sony too.
I was trying to think of what Sony was Sony Godzilla?
Godzilla was
No, that's Paramount, right?
no Godzilla. The one with the American
Universal.
version.
Excuse me, Godzilla's Japanese.
I know this. I know this.
No, didn't Universal put it out?
No, I believe it was Sony that put out the one with Matthew Broderick.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're talking about
Yeah,
that.
see, look at the faces. Look at the sour faces being made.
Oh,
yeah,
that
Sony made
portion.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
See, okay, made my point. Made my point.
Wow.
All right. All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
I got something I want to add to that real quick. I have not seen Ghostbusters yet. I do intend to see it because I also agree on, not giving something a fair shot. Mm-hmm. I know me and producer Virgil, our tastes usually align pretty damn well. Mm-hmm. But one thing that really kind of bugged me about this whole situation is how Sony's just turned it into He-Man Woman Haters Club versus us trying to reinvigorate the franchise with new female faces and showing that we're just as good. Women are always just as good. If the story ain't there, you're not doing them any justice. And wouldn't it have been better to show a team with maybe a female lead, but with like males in the cast? And from what I've been told of this movie is that men are not shown in a bright light by any means.
I need to add to that.
And it's just very okay. All right. Hey, you're the one with the shotgun, but
Okay. So Chris Hemsworth. Wow. This guy.
Yeah.
He was okay. Obviously there for eye candy. But
as well as I mean, iPod eye candy. That's me.
And supposedly they had at the end of the credits there's this big, and I don't care if I spoil this for anybody because I'm saving you from death and suffering. They planned out this entire dance routine. They're showing that as like the cutscenes or whatever, and I was like, if they would have added that in the movie, I would have went up there and tore down the screen because it was just his character was. You can't be. What's dumber than a rock?
Chris Hemsworth's character in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. There you go.
Yeah.
Good one. And man had nothing to add. It was horrible. All he was a shell for whatever ghost was going to possess him, and then I don't know. They should have went off from there. I don't know. Sorry.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
no, and Sony did what I felt was a very brilliant job of turning all this negative press that they were getting for this movie and just turning it into men versus women. And if you don't support this movie, you hate women and all this other stuff. But then what happened was they turned a lot of their fans against them. And so then they're trying to, after already kind of saying men are stupid, men are this, men are that, men don't deserve this movie and all that. Then when marketing came out and they realized they weren't gonna fucking hit the numbers they needed, they started trying to gear everything towards men. By changing the poster to black and white pictures, trying to make it a little more grittier poster. Then the advertising, you see men as Ghostbusters for Papa John's. It was Papa John dressed up as a Ghostbusters for what the hell? Insurance with Flo. What the hell?
Progressive.
Progressive. The guy is the fucking Ghostbuster in that.
Yeah, she's the guy.
Yeah, and she's the ghost. So, you're for the NBA playoffs or finals or whatever, the men were dressed up as Ghostbusters in the commercials.
Really?
Spike Lee was dressed up as a Ghostbuster.
Really?
Yes. So, they're trying to go, oh, yeah, men are stupid, but we need your money. And you're just pandering to that audience. And, that, I don't appreciate that. I don't like, and that's part of the reason why I haven't gone to seen it so much yet, because I'm waiting till it's damn near dead at the box office before I give them my money.
Oh, it's dead. It's damn near dead. It's it.
Yeah.
It's not a pun either.
Yeah. So, I really, again, I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. I think when she first came out on the scene, I thought she was funny as hell. But every movie role I've seen her in since, with the exception of St. Vincent, which I really did enjoy, she's just a one-trick pony. It's the same character each and every time.
Yeah. And I will have to say, though, she was very dumbed down in this movie. It was whatever her name was.
Holtzman?
Yeah, she basically took Melissa's role.
Well, I think she was originally Melissa McCarthy was supposed to originally be that character.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Kirsten Wiig I find very hit and miss, but her lack of chin really kind of always kind of throws me off.
Ouch.
I'm just saying, she looks like a human thumb.
Wow. She just kind of blends into her neck. Oh.
Yes. Yes, look at a picture. I'm sorry. And you know what? It's already been proven in this world I'm an asshole. So, if you want to call me misogynist too, maybe a little, but I honestly believe this movie would have been better served as a passing of the torch with a mixed team of men and women.
I agree with that.
If you wanted to have a woman as the leader, nobody would have fucking argued with you. Nobody. Because if you watch Extreme Ghostbusters, which I feel does not get its proper due, it's on Hulu. Please go watch it. Kylie Griffin was kind of the unofficial leader of the team, and she was one of my favorite characters in that show, in that series, voiced by the beautiful Tara Strong, who does so many other voices, Harley Quinn, Timmy Turner. Yeah.
Cool.
I will check out Ghostbusters. I will give you my opinion on that, but for the most part, Sony really dropped the ball on this and really fucked up by dividing the fans, and what kills me is that it's like at 90 whatever percent on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
Yes, it is certified fresh. But if you read the reviews, all it ever says is, like, from when you read the reviewers, are the movie's okay, but girls rule. Girls are the Ghostbusters now. Suck it, and like all that other stuff. It's because people are too afraid to speak out against that feminism well, not even false feminism. It's not even feminism, because if it was true feminism, you would have had a men and woman team working side by side, showing that they could, and
not sexualizing the secretary.
Yeah.
Right.
I will get to it. I promise you, I will.
Probably only have a week or so.
Yeah.
Matt, did you have a quick word on that, or did you have
on Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the movie. I actually enjoyed the movie.
We're burning you at the stake as a heretic.
So what is the part that you felt that was enjoyable? And that's good to get the other take on it.
No, I think that I think if a movie makes you laugh, you can forgive a lot of things about the movie if you're having a good time with it. And I was laughing most of the way through that movie.
I felt it was a little more slapstick, and it had
it was not the humor of Ghostbusters. It was definitely more of a comedy than the original Ghostbusters was. But
see, I always felt the Ghostbusters took it seriously in the original.
Yeah. This was definitely a different tone.
They're all in on the joke. It feels like they're all in on the joke on this.
Definitely more. I think the worst part of the movie was Chris Hemsworth. I mean, nobody that stupid could have grown to adulthood and survived on their own. No, he was literally too stupid to have survived that long as a person. He was nobody on the planet is that stupid. But no, I just in general, I thought the movie was pretty funny, and I think that if the movie was for guys, nobody would say anything. I think that, we do live in a traditionally male-dominated industry, and I think that for girls shouldn't be an issue either. I think that the fact that we think for girls leading a movie is an issue is just a comment on our society, really, more than anything else. But I think what you had is four of the most, the biggest names in comedy, who just happen to be women. And they decided to make the movie. I didn't think the movie was great, but I did enjoy it. So that's a different take. Yeah. I agree with a lot of what you said, but ultimately I came out enjoying myself. Actually.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be it for this episode of Breakfast and BS with Vincent Friends. You can find producer Virgil support his band Still Ill sending us tribute to Smith and Morrissey at stillill.net. You can find him on Facebook and on Instagram. And
is that your mom?
No, that's my brother, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
And I'd like to thank Matt for stopping by, having a good time.
Thank you. Had a good time.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. I always thought my mom would be the one to call in.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry about that. That was my brother. He never calls ever.
But it sounded like a He-Man question.
It was.
Awesome.
It was. Because he's at the swap meet. He said they had a Castle Grayskull, Panther, He-Man, and some other stuff. Yeah, for $20. I was like,
wow.
Get it.
Get it.
So, and you can find me on Instagram at Maldecilo1904. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.